Hey guys, it is Crystal here for Talk to Me Tuesday. It's been a lot longer than I meant it to be. That always seems to be the way with me. When I last made a video, I was working on a paper piece Dodge Challenger mini quilt for my dad. I finished it, but I finished it at 1 in the morning on the day that I was driving out to visit my parents when I gave it to them. So, well, to my dad. So I don't have the actual thing to show you, but I will insert some pictures. Basically, I mean, it was in literal pieces when you saw it last, so it's, I don't know, to try to explain it, it's built to go over a chair, so it goes obviously over like that, and there's a car on this side and a car on that side. So I'm going to include two pictures that you can't tell the difference between one and the other, but they are actually both sides, like the two sides of this mini quilt. There's also a close-up of one of the tires. I really like the fabric that I chose for the tires. I don't know. And I think there's also one of the back where you can see some of the quilting. So I don't think you can see really everything. What I did was I did pebbles through the background where it's white on the, I say white, you know, gray white on the mini, and then the cars I outlined. Anywhere that was red, kind of I outlined in red, and if it was black, I outlined in black, and so on. So that was my big finish in May. And then I've basically just been like working on a lot of little things. So I learned a new technique, which you won't be able to tell from these little quilt blocks. Actually, maybe you can, because I can see the stitching on there. So I randomly found a video on YouTube about how to do top stitched curve piecing. So these are done through top stitching, not through actually like piecing it together. So you kind of take like a piece, fold it under so that it has a seam allowance, and then you just top stitch it down. It's quite easy, a little fabric wasteful. Sometimes you end up with, you know, a nice 1/4 inch seam on the one side, but then a huge 1/2 inch seam on the other. It just all sort of depends. Some of them came out better than others. Like this one came out pretty good, but then we come back to having like a 1/2 inch. So hit and miss. May was my month for my B group, and so I showed you a bunch of these blocks that I had made. These are some of the ones that I've received. I'm not going to show all of them to you, but they've all been coming in. I'm still waiting on blocks from 2 people because obviously it's halfway through June, so, you know, haven't got blocks meant from May. I took another Libs Elliott class, so I think in either my last video or the video before that, I showed a baby quilt that I made, which was following her Embrace the Chaos class. That's the one that was all half square triangles and done in kind of purple and pink and blue and green and whatever, all the things. So I actually took another one of her classes, which is called Dynamic Stripes, and I'm not as far along as I'd like to be, but what you do is you make all your strip units first, and I do have those made. So you make all these like stripes, and then you cut them up in particular ways so that when you sew it back together, it makes something more interesting than, you know, what you see in front of you. So these are going to be eventually, there's more as well over here, but these are going to be cut up and sewn into half square triangles and then pieced into something else. The plan is to, I do have this upright, to piece around this panel. So this panel is called the Watcher. It's actually a Libs Elliott panel. And it's something that I bought because I thought my sister would like it, and I still think she will. So the goal is to kind of build this up and out so that I can have maybe a lap size quilt, something that would be useful on the couch. Essentially, I don't think I'm going to have enough units to make a bed size quilt, but that's what this one should be. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of work on that. I'm finally finished all the stripes, so now it's just getting the next bit done so that I can build it up around the Watcher. And then actually you can see behind me something else I've kind of been working on, because I get random ideas. Somebody somewhere posted about disappearing 9 patches, and I don't know why, but I just decided, hey, I'm gonna take a layer cake that I have, which I can't remember the name of. I think it's called New Nordic. And as I was opening it and going through it, I discovered there's a whole bunch of blocks, or a whole bunch of prints that are kind of beige, like ugly beige colors. A lot of it's really cute. Actually, let me go get it. So a lot of it is really cute and in these great colors like this. It's all farm oriented, so like there's bunnies and there's ducks and geese and chickens and whatever. Anyway, a lot of it's really cute, but then I got further in and I started discovering that there's also these beige prints, which are like beige and brown. I'm not very fond of them. So I thought, what if I take these and cut them into quarters and turn them into disappearing 9 patch blocks. I had a whole bunch of charm squares in, these are called the Emily Sear palette. So I guess she curated her own palette of colors, and they actually match really well with the prints from New Nordic. So I had 6 of these, and basically what I needed was 1 of these, 4 of these, and then 1 pack of pure white in order to make 4 baby quilts, essentially. So I've started working on it. This will be the first one. It won't be, basically they're all going to be square, because these come with 42 prints, but this comes with 40, I think. Yes, so it's going to be, I don't know, somehow in my head I think it's going to work out so that I can only make 6 by 6. Whatever, I'm rambling. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But I didn't like a lot of the prints, so I thought I'd try it the way that you see here, where I used the prints, pardon me, the solids as the big square, and then I'm cutting all the prints into halves so that they're all the little skinny strips like that. I should have brought a couple of the blocks over. It's all just stuck up on the design wall right now, but anyway, you know, I'm kind of hit and miss on it. I'm not in love with it, but that's okay. I'm using fabric, and that's kind of the whole point. So, I don't know. Speaking of using fabric, when I had COVID, the last video that I made, which was right after I had COVID, I had shown you some batik blocks that I made out of I want to say Bolly Pop, a jelly roll made out of batiks anyway. And they were all up on the wall there, and I had said that I didn't really love them, but you know, I finally used this fabric and I've actually finished it. So now I have a finished quilt. I can't get far enough for you. There's a table behind me, so I can't go far enough back that you can see the entire thing. But you can see quite a bit of it. So I bought more batik to put on the back, which is this blue, and then also this green, which I used for the border on the front. So the green, I didn't take any of the blocks with me when I went to the store to buy it, and the green didn't actually match quite as good as I thought it would, so I wound up doing this blue flange in here so that it would kind of help the whole thing flow a little better, which I think it actually worked quite well. I'm pretty happy with it. It's basically a lap size, maybe, I don't know, I haven't measured it, but I'm gonna guess 48 inches by maybe 58 inches, so yeah. What I did for the quilting is, in the center part, I did these big, I don't know what you want to call them, like a flower meander, I guess. And then through the borders, I did really huge leaves, just like, kind of like a vining thing with like 1 leaf going this way and 1 leaf going that way. And it goes the whole way around and joins itself back up at the beginning, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I guess that's everything. Hopefully it won't take me 2 months to come back again. I am like, I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna have more things. I've been doing a lot of sewing this year. It's been a good year so far. Like, it's not even halfway over, and I've done more than I did all of last year. So excellent. Anyway, I need to wrap this up because I should go to bed in not too long. So yeah, take care everybody, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Bye.